All right. Peace and shalom, family. Peace and shalom. What's going on? What's going on? I don't know if this session is going to be any good because Comcast, I don't know what's going on with Comcast. Comcast is doing something on this line. A third party did something on this line, and my regular internet gateway access has been disrupted. When I left this morning to go to work and come back, it's still disrupted. So I'm going to have to call them and scream on them so they can get that working again. I don't know what's going on. So now I'm on my backup internet, which is my T-Mobile home internet gateway. And this quality connection is not good. However, I don't know. So y'all hit 1. Let me know if the audio and video is good. Hit 1. Let me know if the audio and video is good. If so, then I'll keep streaming. If not, then I'll shut down and probably stream again tomorrow. Hopefully they get their act together then, and I can give you guys a quality broadcast. Been waiting for them to bring fiber over here, Google Fiber or AT&T Fiber in my area. Looks like I think that's what they're currently doing with all this construction outside of my house, so we'll see. But right now, I don't know how this is looking. It's telling me that the connection is unstable. So I don't know. If y'all saying it's good, we can keep going. Somebody says audio is good, the video is not that great. All right, kind of figured that. Let me take a look and see what it looks like over here on my end. Let me see what this quality looks like. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. The video does look terrible. Okay, well, I don't know. I dropped it down from 1080 to 720p, but I don't think that made a difference. So what I'll do, unfortunately, I'll probably just cancel the session because, I'm a stickler for quality, and if the quality is not good, yeah, I'm definitely not going to keep streaming. So I'll just continue this tomorrow. It's crazy. I know some of y'all still want me to keep it going, but I don't know. I'm probably going to just reach out to Xfinity now and see what's going on, and then tomorrow after I clock out of work, I can come in, get busy on here. But what I really just wanted to go over, this is Feast of Tabernacles for those of you who are following this KHM pre-exilic sacerdotal mineralogical model, or calendar for short. I just wanted to give y'all some encouragement, go over a couple of scripture in regards to Tabernacles. I can wait till tomorrow to do that. I also wanted to announce the winners for our Patreon giveaway. I want to say thank you to everybody who participated and who shared the link and passed the word on for our Patreon. We got several new people that signed up, several new patrons, and we're grateful to have them, as well as our existing patrons who continue to support us. We want to send y'all a nice little thank you note. So we're hoping that we have everybody's email so we can reach out to everybody who's been supporting the Patreon ministry. We appreciate that. So I wanted to announce the winners, but what I'm going to say is I have good news, right? And again, the giveaway is over now. I announced this last Friday, given an extended period of time for people to join in the actual giveaway. And all you had to do was share the Patreon link on your social media, so that way we can capture that analytics and then come back on the post that I posted for the giveaway and comment done. Once you do that, you're automatically entered into the giveaway. Well, we only had 4 people that actually participated and did that. And I thought it was going to be way more people, right? So that necessitated the giveaway. But because those 4 people actually followed through all the way to the point of the comment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a book to each one of those individuals. Only 4 people. There was 2 giveaways. So I'm going to purchase 2 more books, and I'm going to give it away so that all 4 people who actually participated in the Patreon giveaway gets a book. Okay. So I'll do an update on that, and you guys can see that. So I want to say congratulations to the 4 people that did participate on that. I appreciate your participation. And I'm going to definitely send those 4 books out to you guys. All right. Also, we have a scheduled live stream like we typically do on Friday nights. I put out the word last weekend about any families that are local in Atlanta. If we had enough families, that we'll try to do an evening at one of the parks around town. Do a small little gathering, get together for Sukkot or Tabernacles. I had about 3 families reach out. Hopefully getting 1 or 2 more, so that way I can justify the costs for us to reserve a place and be able to do Tabernacles out there, as opposed to doing it in and around our houses. So let me know if you're in the Atlanta area and you're interested in getting together for Tabernacles before the week is over. So that's between now and Sunday. Let me know so we can probably schedule something. So if things do go as planned, then we could probably do it on the Shabbat, right? Tabernacles on the Shabbat. Okay. All right, let me know. I want to say shout out to everybody who joined into this pop-up session. Again, this was not planned. It was a pop-up session. I'm actually about to step out and head to the store real quick and come back. But I just wanted to check in, see how's everybody doing, make sure everybody's good. Let me see. Y'all really trying to persuade me to stay on here. Oh man. Also I have another presentation I want to do for y'all. Again, this is still dealing with material culture, but this time is going to be connected to the Exodus account, right? Very fascinating, something that I wanted to do about 3 years ago, but never had a chance to actually do that presentation. Now I have some renewed interest. I've been gathering my material, and I want to put together something very, very good for y'all as a defense for the historical Exodus account, okay? So keep an eye on that. And let me give a couple of shout outs. Shout out to Sonia Wright, Shalom, House of Maccabi, Shalom, Dina Charles, Shalom, Apothecary Custom, Shalom, Aharon, Shalom, Damon Williamson, Shalom. Let's see, McGarvey Chaperone, Shalom, King, what's going on? You love Yah, Shalom, Remarkable Ministries in the building, Shalom. Let's see, Deguk, Shalom, Michael Pooj, Shalom, if I'm saying that right. Marcus Jones, Shalom. Nee Lan, Shalom. Panther Denor, Shalom. Kaya Houston, Shalom. Lataris Harrison, Shalom. Talmid Halika, Shalom. Deanna Vaughn Jones, Shalom. Don Williams, Shalom. Oh, for all of you that place your orders for the casting lots, please email us, because I want to give you an additional gift, because we have to wait for Connect in Israel to actually create them and then ship it to me in bulk, and then I can ship it out to you guys. So there was a delay in some time. We do have everybody captured in regards to those who place an order. So please email us, and we're going to send you a free gift as a thank you for your patronage, and as well as for being patient and waiting to get your lot set. There's a video that I have on this channel where I go over the lot set and what that is. If you want me to go over it in the next live stream, I can do that as well. But I do have a video where I do address it, and I go over the Urim and Thummim. Urim going from the word or in Hebrew meaning light, and Thummim being a cognate of what we call truth, right? So that's what those two things mean. And I said that from my brother Talmi Halika that I see in the chat, who had asked me that question. So Don Williams, yes, I mentioned earlier why it's blurry. And the reason why it's blurry because I'm on my backup internet, my T-Mobile home internet gateway, as opposed to my standard Comcast Xfinity home internet gateway, because the Xfinity or the Comcast service is currently down. So that's why the quality looks like that. That's why this was a check-in session, because I didn't know how good the quality was going to be, and it was an official light work session, right? So that's what we're dealing with right now, unfortunately. I mean, from what I see on the screen, it looks crystal clear on my screen, but is letting me know that the connection is unstable and therefore the quality is impacted. So that's why it's blurry like that. Shout out to Jacolius Gems in the building. Shalom. So Talmi Halika, the words on it is Urim Thummim, right? So you can find that in scripture. Let me pull it up real quick. Find that. I'm going to throw the scripture out there for y'all. Right. Let me pull this out right here. All right, so this is going to be Exodus chapter 28 and verse 30. All right, so that's the scripture right there. And you can go and research it. The words is in there. Let me see. I don't think, is there anything else that I left out? Nothing else really that I left out. A lot of y'all reached out to me and told me that you enjoyed the presentation last Friday or last Freestyle Friday. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I want to get back into doing those type of presentations. I have a lot of subject matters that I wanted to cover, a lot of lectures that I want to do, and in anticipation of getting started with these classes where I teach the methodology on how to do that. I do want to begin a series on Patreon about proper biblical exegesis, and show you how to do it from a top level all the way down to a granular level. So we're going to go over the topology of proper biblical exegesis and show you what you can do, techniques you can employ in order to get the most out of your studies. And again, all of this is a prelude to the classes. So classes has been advertised word of mouth for about 1.5 years now. And I finally want to get locked down and stabilized into doing that. Currently, I'm working on getting another contract for revenue. So once that settles and I get that over the next 2 weeks or so, then I can get refocused and start putting together these lectures and these so in prayer as I get those things settled. I know there's a lot of other lectures y'all want me to do, like you want me to do the lecture on prayer, formulate prayer. I want to show you guys that technique and how to utilize that, so that way you can get more effectiveness out of your praying when you understand what prayer is and how to properly apply it. I've mentioned it on several live streams before, but I want to do an actual formal lecture on it, so that way you have that information and that material. Also, want to also put out some more Shabbat messages of encouragement. I started those series, I think beginning of this year, last year. So I want to continue on with that because some people need that, right? Some people do need those words of encouragement and need to get that essence out of the scriptures to help keep them going day to day. So I want to make sure that I provide it as well. So there's a lot of things on my plate that I want to get back to doing regularly and formally. I'm just trying to settle things on my end first, so that way there's no distractions or no disruptions. But when I do pop-up sessions like that, it's just because I miss you guys, want to highlight y'all, see what's going on with y'all, talk with y'all, chat with y'all a little bit, and say what's up. So I'm about to bounce. Again, I apologize for the quality. I'll probably just make this video unlisted. So if I was you, I would favorite the video if you care to go back and watch it. So favorite the video because again, the quality is bad, and this is not something I want to promote or advertise when the quality is bad like that. I'm trying to work with Comcast and see what's going on, try to get this resolved. So this time tomorrow I can go live, and then we can go live again Friday evening. And then, willing, if all goes well and we do a Tabernacles or Sukkot at the park, I can stream there as well. All right. So let me say a couple of shout outs to anybody else who I may see that's jumped in. So Marcus Jones says, what day do you have for the resurrection? I don't know what you mean by that, Marcus. Not sure what you mean by that. Shout out to How Music in the building, Israel Young Lion, Shalom. Tone from the city, Shalom. Yes, if you want me to touch on that, Tone, I can definitely do that as well. So if you want a lecture on that, I guess I could do a lecture on that as well. No problem. Shout out to La Nirla, Shalom, and Ben Yehuda. Does KHM have a prayer book for the different Moedim? No, we don't have a prayer book for the different Moedim. Anything that we sourced will come from scripture, right? Either from the Tehillim, from the Psalms, or from the other songs that are in scriptures, right? We'll use one of those. like the Song of Deborah or the Song of Moshe, Song of Miriam. Those type of songs are things that we source from the actual scriptures themselves, and we'll utilize that, right? So even like the Silver Scrolls pendant that we offer as well has the Aaronic blessing from Numbers chapter 6, verses 24 to 26, right? So we typically try to source what we can from the scriptures, from the text itself, unless there's something that we find contemporaneous to that time period that's etched in stone or astrakhan or something along those lines. And then I'll pull that out as a unique source for that information. But typically those type of things, if it's something that's outside the scriptures or customary, that different groups have, we don't have a formalized one. I mean, maybe we can make one, but there's plenty of prayers and songs that's in scriptures that can be sourced from that we can use during these times, right? There's a great one in Psalms, actually. I'll probably bring that out on Friday that we can use as well, okay? All right, so with that being said, shout out to Ariel. I see you. Shalom. Marcus Jones says The Resurrection of Christ. So there's a book that I typically recommend, and I'm going to close out on this. This is a book that I typically recommend on that subject matter if you're interested in it, if you want to know a lot of my perspective on that. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up real quick, and I'm going to share it on the screen so you can see what it is. This is one of my go-to sources in regards to that subject matter. Right, and okay. All right, and here's the book here. We also have it on the Patreon if you're interested. I'm just going to share my screen real quick. Right, it's called Calendrical Variations in Second Temple Judaism, New Perspectives on the Date of the Last Supper Debate, right, by Stéphane Saulnier, right? So this right here helps to narrow in on the date of that final week of Yeshua and what transpired, looking at various calendrical variations within Second Temple Judaism, all the calendar systems that existed in the first century CE, and try to use that data to ascertain that final week, the date of the quote unquote Last Supper, of the crucifixion and the subsequent resurrection. Okay. So this is a great source for it if you're interested. You can purchase this book from Amazon or sign up for the Patreon, read it from my library. It's totally up to you. But this is what I would recommend in regards to that subject matter. Okay. All right. Okay. Lanierla says, love your work. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely do that. Jay Fearson. I'll say this. It's funny because I was on Clubhouse earlier this week, and there was some brothers from IHBK on the panel, and there were some other brothers and sisters who were Israelites on the panel, and some who were Christians. Just a mix of people on the panel. And it's interesting because the people on the panel all knew each other, even though it was going back and forth. So there was a heckler that was in the chat, and the heckler kept talking crazy stuff about Israelites being broke and being high school dropouts and being, I think they said, one penny away from being in poverty or some craziness they were saying. And I was like, that's considered what's called a hasty generalization, which is a logical fallacy. That means you rush to make a statement about a particular demographic based on limited experience and in encountering that particular group or demographic. And he had some contention with that, and we went back and forth. And I think the issue he had was I said I was at work, like before he had made his statements. I said I was at work. He said, "Oh, you at work? How you work?" I said, "Wait, slow down. So I'm in IT, so I work remotely. Sometimes I'll go to the office, but I can work remotely whenever I feel like it, right? I juggle multiple IT contracts, right? Which means I'm the boss. I create the contract and say, this is what I'm going to do for your business, your company. I do it through a third-party agency, and that's how things are situated, right? And then I have some smaller businesses on the side that I do. I oversee ministry, right? And then I have other things that I do in regards to IT, right? I got several YouTube channels that are profitable, etc. So there's multiple things that I'm juggling, that I'm doing. And I guess in his mind, because I was working a 9 to 5 IT contract job, he had some qualms with that, which is really fascinating to me, because when I called him to the stage to say, hey, if you got an issue, grievance, well, let's chat. He sounds like one of those old heads that be on a corner and they work maybe for 35 years, 40 years of their life, and they retire and they get in a pension, and or they pulling from a 401k and Social Security, and then they telling everybody around them, why you ain't a millionaire? You should be a millionaire. And you looking at them like, but you on a stoop, like you ain't a millionaire. Where's your example? So instead of him using his time productively to lay out a game plan on how we can be financially secure and we can have or securitize generational wealth, he took it as a means of him attacking us because of what some of the extremists of the Israelite sect were saying on the panel. And I took that as an opportunity to tell him, I said, look, that's not true. Some of us do work. Some of us have things outside of work. And some of us have amassed wealth that we're able to pass down to our children. Right. So we transition from that conversation to talking about a plan to galvanize our community so we can advance. And I went into the International Decade for People of African Descent. I went into details about that and how we can implement that. We went into voting. We went into politics. We went into all of these things, all this conversation that I helped to drive so that way we can educate our people to move forward. He didn't contribute anything to the conversation. And that's the thing that bothers me the most, when we have elders who all they do is critique others because they disagree, but they never give you the game plan on how to execute it so that way you can do better for yourself. And they just want a soapbox so they can just spew whatever they want to spew because nobody else will pay attention to them otherwise. And he's saying all of this while he is chatting with us and he's moving around doing different things. People talking to him. You're not even settled enough to have a conversation to talk about somebody else. I didn't have no distractions when I was talking to him, and I was still working and getting paid. I mean, it's just fascinating the type of people that we have in our community that are just low contributors, right? They're just there, right? And they have nothing good to offer. So I say that to say that if you are willing to critique somebody or something because you disagree with it, be prepared to present a better example, because a lot of times that's what people are looking for. And if you're not the person to present that example, maybe that's not your place to speak, right? Or depending on the nature of the relationship, maybe that person's ears are open for you to give them wisdom, for you to light a flame to their candle to get them started, right? But it all is based on your approach, how you're saying. Are you saying it in humility? Are you saying it because you have a mutual respect and you honor the people you're talking to? Like, is that what you're doing? Or you're just coming down condescending because you disagree what other people's positions are? You just got to walk circumspectly and be tactful in how we convey information, right? And I was going to address the Kanye West situation, but given the fact that the quality is not good, I'm not going to do it on this stream. But that's something else that is going around that actually I think should be addressed. I try to stay away from a lot of that, the chit chatter and white noise that's in society, and try to hone in and focus on things that are more important. But that seems to be something that is very important and something that could have been handled much better. And there is a lot of lessons to be learned behind that, right? And I think the most important thing to know is that people of color, we don't own stuff. Because if we owned a lot, if we owned more than we complained, then a person who speaks their mind against some other group would have the support of their community. Black people, we have $1.5 billion in consumerism that we put in each and every year, and it grows each and every year. I think this year during the pandemic, it grew even more because people were home, right? So it grew even more. We have all this money that we put into consumerism that we're not putting into ownership. So what happens is you have an individual who is part of our ethnic group who is speaking out, who himself is a billionaire, right? But he has relationships, business relationships and partnerships with other groups from other ethnic circles that are in control of certain things, banks, entertainment, fashion, etc. And then when that person is attacked by cancel culture because they're saying things that are highly sensitive, that is attacked in the safety and the security and the establishment of that particular group, they have no people to fall back on. They have people who barely own anything, right? So that fight is not Kanye. I don't know why he keeps thinking, and these celebrities keep thinking that they should be the ones on the front line fighting. That's not your job. If you have a qualm, an issue, a concern with a particular group of people, you never fight it directly. You are too invaluable as an asset to lose your position simply because you just want to speak your mind. This is why people have publicists. This is why they have PR reps. This is why they have management, right? But sometimes when you get above that and you have so much wealth and you're so used to just saying what you want to say, and people don't hold you accountable in your immediate circle because you're paying them, right? Becomes very difficult to kind of do damage control when these type of things happen, right? But I know that there is an extent that you should go when you know that your community can only do but so much to support and defend and protect you, right? And it feels very vulnerable when you're in a position to know that there's only but so much that our community can do physically, that the only help we have is looking towards the hills, because from the hills we have a help from the Most High Yah. We can get supernatural help and assistance in times like this, right? That's where the focus and the attention should be because of the smallness of our community, right? We're a very small community. We have loud voices, but we don't have a lot of executable actions that bring about immediate results. And we don't have the lobbying power and advocacy power when it comes to going against other ethnic groups. Now, yes, we can speak about oppression. We can talk about police violence, brutality, etc., like that. All this stuff comes out of awareness. But guess what? At the end of the day, they give y'all a holiday and say, get out of here. Oh, you Juneteenth here, y'all can have that. Oh, you want this? Okay, y'all can have that. Because they know at the end of the day, when you protest, that means you're powerless. When you have power, you don't protest, you negotiate. So they understand that they can ridicule and attack somebody from our community because there's no collective power that's going to hold them accountable for that. And there's not enough power on our end that we can pull out relationships with other groups if they threaten or they attack something that is sensitive to us, what we choose to identify as, or somebody that represents our community. So we're not in that position of power to really speak on the matter as such. We're just simply gossiping on something that is ongoing when there's more that could be done, more energy, effort that we can put into what's going on to create actionable solutions. So when these situations happen, we can take care of our own, right? So with that, I'm going to fall back. I'm going to fall back on that. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. I was going to go a little bit more in depth, but I'm going to fall back. But at the end of the day, family, we are all we got. And KHM is about culture, community, autonomy. And these things are necessary to prepare the people for the kingdom to come. And in order for us to herald the kingdom and tell people the kingdom's coming, we have to first make preparations so people can be in place and in position to receive the kingdom and vice versa. But that first starts with how we're structuring ourselves day to day, right? The things that we do in the community, things that we do for the community, things we do as a part of the community, all right? And like my brother Elephant Man podcast just said, autonomy. All right. So there's a better way we can execute it. I've been speaking to several celebrities that I know. I keep every conversation I have with them under wraps. But there's a lot of celebrities out there. I'm talking about, like, recently I spoke to about 12 different ones that are well-known celebrities who want more information about these things that are going on. They find out about me through word of mouth, through whatever, and they reach out to me and I have conversations with them and they're interested, right? A lot of these celebrities are not even open about the fact that they identify as an Israelite, and they know about the oppression that we're experiencing and what we need to do. But they're wise enough to know, hey, look, I don't want to threaten or jeopardize what I currently have. I just want to learn in secret. They want to be a Nick at night. They want to be a Nicodemus, and that's fine, right? So I pour into that, right? I edify that, I educate that, and I equip them to say, hey, here you go. But I always tell them, make sure you handle this information well. Do not go on a soapbox, yell out to the ends of the earth and say, hey, this, and that, this, and that, because you become a target and you don't have a community strong enough to protect and support you. You have a Most High that can, but that's if you use wisdom. If you go outside of Chokmah, outside of wisdom, you can't expect to get support. You can't expect to get protection. You can't expect to get these things if you do not operate within the realms of Chokmah or wisdom. So you got to walk circumspectly. You got to be wise as serpents. These are the things that we have to do. There's other people out there who that is their calling, to go out and scream to the mountaintops and do those things. That is not your calling. And that's not what Yah has called you to do yet, especially when you're a babe in the truth and you need more information to be accurate before you speak. Because if I'm going to say something, I gotta quote or give a citation or give a source that's valid. So before you say something in a public light, you gotta be sourced up. Say, wait, whoa, let me source it up. You got scripture, but you can't do circular reasoning. Scripture says this, and I know it's valid because it's the scripture saying it. So no, you gotta take the scripture as a foundation, build a house on it, and say, look, here you go, present it to them. So you see, this is what it is. This is how I know the foundation is sure, because I could build something on it. All right. So with that being the case, family, I'm out. Thank y'all for your time. I appreciate it. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully you're enjoying your day. Again, I'm going to try to go live tomorrow if all goes well with this internet situation. Again, I'll make this probably not private, unlisted. So if you want, you can keep it and go back to it. But I do apologize for the poor video quality. Hopefully the audio was okay. Love you, family. Look forward to chatting with y'all again. Oh, really? Okay. That's fascinating. Thank you for sharing that. I'm gonna be out. And fortunately, at this time, whenever I go live during this time, there's no trolls, man. This is troll-free time. All praise to the Most High, man. I see you seal the elect. Shalom, Sister Santawa. Shalom. Ayash. Shalom. Let me see. Did I get everybody? David Ben Israel. Shalom. Elephant Man Podcast. Shalom. Let me see. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. My brother Yesha Moore in the building. What's going on, King Shalom? SOT Kazakia Yasharal. Shalom. What's going on? SS of Ebony 0 to 9. Shalom. What's going on? What's going on? Man, y'all loaded up in the building today. Jay Fearson and all y'all. So let me go ahead and get on with the rest of my evening, man. I love you guys. Oh, looks like things are clearing up. Oh, quality looks like it's getting better. Is that me? Did the quality get better? Shout out to Mr. Nate Nice. Shalom. Did the quality get better? Did the quality get better? Or am I bugging? Gene, what's going on? Is the quality better? Let me know. Hit one if the quality just improved. It looks like it got better. Quality did get better. Okay. All right. Okay. Nah, but I still gotta go. I still gotta go, man. I wish I could stay, man. Living by the way, Shalom. I see you. So I'm gonna be out, family. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it, man. For this, I think it was 30-something minutes that y'all chill with me. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna try to get this internet working so that way tomorrow I can try and go live again during the day. Because I know sometimes Fridays we're very late, so people can't catch it live. So I want to start being able to get at least one day during the week to do our light work session. And we could do our Freestyle Fridays like normal and then produce regular content. Thank you for all of our Patreon supporters. I appreciate y'all. All those who support us outside of Patreon, I appreciate it. If you need anything from us, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. We're here to help out. I can't say I love y'all enough. Thank you for your support. And we will be live again soon. Shout out to Hana, Yah Israel in the building. I see you, sis. Shalom, the spirit of Yah. Shalom. And I'll see y'all next time, family. All right. Peace.